Anyone see me for the first time today? It's your first time to see me today? Okay, you have one. It's okay. I'll share my story briefly. Whether you have heard it or not, I'll still share it. Whether you like it or not, I'll still share it. You know, my mentor told me that always tell your story. He said, always tell your story like it's the first time you're telling your story. So you should never get there. And then he added on that you should tell your story as if everyone wants to hear it. Are we together? Because you see, story is the most unique thing that you have in the business. Okay? Each one of us has a story that is unique. And I want you to use your stories to build your business. Okay? So, and you see, you don't have to first become a sales executive or gold executive or global ambassador for you to start telling your story. Your story would be as simple as the reason why you joined the business. I remember the first time I got started in network marketing, I was a student. I had not made money. But this is what I used to tell every person I met. My name is Duncan. There is a business I have just started. If we do it together, we are going to become rich. And then I got my first check. I photocopied it. It was not a lot. It was like 100 pages. But then I also got my outline's check. I also made a photocopy of it. For it, it was big. It was like maybe like 10,000 kwacha. So now I had two checks. Mine of 100 and one of my upline of like 10,000. So I would show them. For me, I've been doing it for only 1 month. In 1 month, I have made 100. This person has been doing it for 2 years. They have made 10,000. It means if we do it for 2 years, we shall be making this much. And my story was as brief as that. Okay? And then as I kept on growing, the story also kept on growing. Now, your story should be original. You don't have to copy any other person. I've also met some people who are trying to edit their stories to look like our rags to riches stories. You don't have to change. Okay? Not every person has to start from zero the way I started from zero. So if you are already somewhere, tell us your story. But tell us why you joined the business. Yes, sir. There is a gentleman I have in my team, and his story is one of the most inspiring stories. Every time he stands on stage to share his story, people pay cash. You know why? He was a successful entrepreneur before he joined the business. So he shows you, he promised that before this year ends, he will sell footwear. Okay? So I want to tell him that we are waiting for him. Can you tell him we are waiting for him? We are waiting for him, eh? Yes. Are you recording? Yes. Let us say, Hall of Favor, Elias Muhozi, we are waiting for you in Zambia. Yeah. Hall of Favor, Elias Muhozi, we are waiting for you in Zambia. So Mr. Elias Muhozi, top distributor in the whole of Africa. But guess what? In 2015, I was broke. I told him you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money. I told him you should have consulted me first before joining those things. But I thought that he didn't give up. He kept on working. And the more he worked, the more I became curious. I wanted to know, what is it that my friend has seen that I have not yet seen? So he invited me to a presentation, and I was skeptical, by the way, because I sat behind. So in case they said anything that I did not agree with, I can easily walk out of the room. But the moment they reached that part of left and right, I lifted my chair from behind and I brought it in the front. And when they reached 7 accounts, when they showed how 7 accounts match and pair and max out, my presentation ended there. I went to look for management. So now it's been 8 years down the road, and the last 8 years have been the best time of my life. But this is how it started. We took this photo in my first month of the business. You can see we did not look like prospects, we looked like suspects. But then we started growing slowly. I started talking to people, and some people believed, others did not believe. And that's something you should get ready for if you are doing this business. One of the things that my mentors taught me when I got into network marketing, they taught me that rejection equals success. They say in this business, the more you are rejected, the more successful you become. Another mentor said that when you wake up in the morning, you should look for people to say no to you. That the more no's you receive in a day, in fact, he said that you should tell how your day was successful by how many people say no to you. Because if there is no one saying no to you, you won't find anyone who will say yes to you. We have to go through the no's to finally get to a yes. If your business is not yet where you want it to be, it could be because not enough people have rejected you. All together. Yes. So rejection equals success. In fact, these are two statements they gave me on my first day, the first time I got started. The first one was rejection equals success. The second one was pay now, play tomorrow. Or play now and pay tomorrow. Okay? So we have today to pay the price. The price for whatever price we want. But that price, we pay it when? Now. We pay it today. So my business started growing, and in my first year, which was 2015, it paid me about 180,000 kwacha, which is not a lot of money, but it was proof that the business pays. Now, once I understood that the business pays, I knew that instead of asking how much money this company has, let me just go and work and see how much I can make from the company. Okay. Yes. And I am on that journey. I want to work so hard. By the way, if you think I have started, I have not yet started this business. Yes. By the way, true story. If you think I have made it, you find another mentor. But for me, I am brand new in the business. Are we together? Yes. I have just started. It's just the beginning. We have not even scratched the surface. Now, when I say we have not scratched the surface, when it comes to Zambia, we have not yet started at all. That's right. I was in Kenya some years back, I think like 1 or 2 years ago, and I was having a meeting with one of the top leaders in Kenya. He told me that his team, just one team only in Kenya, at that time, they had 14 training centers in Nairobi City. Only one team like this. 14 training centers that were full every day for presentations. Our event at Murungushi was 1,200. Am I correct? Yes. They printed 1,200 tickets. This team, one team in Kenya, they had a meeting, or like the meeting we had at Murungushi, a big presentation, which was held in a venue that accommodates 6,500. And that was only one team. Have we started? No. We have not yet started. This was my second year, 2016. And in 2016, I made about 1.8 million kwacha. In Uganda shillings, 322 million Uganda shillings. And my life started to change. Okay? I solved all my small problems. I paid off all my debts. Okay? And I remained with only one problem: how to spend my money. In my third year, 2017, this company paid me about 5 million kwacha. You see, in a system where you talk to one person who talks to another person who talks to another person who talks to another person, there is no limit to how big your business can grow. And because there is no limit to how far your business can go, your income also has no limit. So in this business, your limit is your imagination. If you can see it in your mind, then you'll be able to do it. You can hold it in your hand. Okay? So I want you to dream big. This is another thing my upline told me. Say, Duncan, you want to buy a car, change your dream. You can buy 10. Say, if your goal is to buy a house, you can have 10 of them. Why? Because you have a compensation plan that allows you to do that. There is no limit. If you build your 7 accounts and they max out, you can open another 7. When you max out those 7, you can still open another 7. Out together. Yes. Have we run out of people to talk to? Not at all. There are millions of people out there waiting for us. There are global ambassadors on the streets who are walking. We are bypassing them every day, and we are not talking to them. Another mentor told me that if you say nothing, do nothing, you become nothing. So he said, every time you are next to someone, remember that if you keep quiet, nothing will happen. Are we together? Yes. So he says, if you say nothing, if you do nothing, then you will become nothing. So always be prospective. Talk to people. And the worst thing that can happen to you is a no. And in our business, a no is a good thing. Yes. My fourth year, I made about 9.7 million kwacha. This was 2018. And I want to work so hard so that one day I can make this kind of money on a monthly basis. Then I became a Ruby, and for you to become a Ruby, all you have to do is work with 5 people until they become global ambassadors. And we are blessed that one of the global ambassadors is right here in the room today. Okay? So all you have to do, sponsor how many? 5 people. The other global ambassador is I sponsored my cousin, who sponsored someone, who sponsored someone, who sponsored another global ambassador, Mr. Solomon, who is also here. So you see how exciting it is that in this business, for you to succeed, you can only succeed if you help other people to succeed. Are we together? So the reason why I am a Ruby is because in this room today, there is a global ambassador seated here, there is another global ambassador seated here. Is that rocket science? No. Not rocket science at all. Then I bought my first car, which was very small. This one, they gave it a nickname. The nickname was Munchies. So we used to have Munchies. They were small biscuits, which were small like this. You don't have to bite it. You know them. What do they call them here? They are still Munchies. Oh, I thought they were like a Ugandan thing. So this one was Munchies. And then I got another one. This one they nicknamed it Big Daddy. Because every time I back, they expected a big man to come out, and they saw a small man coming out. Then I bought my first property. This was in 2018. I bought it cash. It was fully constructed and fully occupied when I bought it. 3.5 years of doing the business, and my life had transformed from that of a tenant who was defaulting on rent to becoming a landlord in Kampala, in one of the upscale neighborhoods in the city. Isn't it amazing what this business can do? Yes. 2019, I bought another property, and my goal is to buy a property every year from this business. Wow. And by the way, listen to this. First wait before you clap. Listen to this one. The money I collect from here in the whole month, this business pays me the same amount of money in 1 or 2 days. So for me to make the money I make from this company in a month, from here, I need about 30 of these properties. You understand the power we have in this business? Yes. It's a very powerful business. But you know what? People don't understand it. One, it's invisible. You can't see it. Okay? People, what the kind of business we are used to is business where people see trucks of goods coming in and trucks of goods going out. Things have changed. Things are now different. Yes, sir. And sometimes we underestimate it because it's cheap to join the business. Only 5,200 for you to get your Neobus package. For most people, it's not a lot of money. You can afford to lose that money. I mean, if you lose that money, is it the end of the world? No. And now that is the reason why we don't take it serious. Because the investment we put in is very small. It doesn't pain us so much. But I think if it was serious business, then rather serious investment, we would take it serious. Oh, yes. That is why sometimes I like people who start with technobus, bigibus, megabus. The bigger you invest, sometimes the more serious you become about it. Because where your money goes, your focus also goes. But it doesn't matter. Now, but what is important is you understand it. You understand that no matter the amount of money you start with, what you are dealing with is a big business. That 5,200 that you start with, this company can pay the same amount of money on a daily basis if you stay committed and build a big business. Okay? So then I've had a chance to travel to different countries. And I also bought one of my dream cars, a Range Rover Sport, which has my name as my number plate. Wow. This one, they did not nickname it Big Daddy. They gave it a Luganda name. It is called Akagoli. Now, Akagoli is like a sweet drive. That one there.
Yeah, it's crew.
Crew.
Yes.
So this one is crew. And I saw the way I was taking care of it. And they say, wow. 2022, I got another one. My goal is to buy the 2023 model. The latest model of the Range Rover Sport. And I bought another property this year, and my goal is to buy more. So, does the global work? Yes.
Too much.
Yes.
Too much.
It works. Okay?
Yes.
And
Too much.
now it is here. What excuse do we have? The office is here. The products are there. Okay? all we have to do is invite as many people as we can. Invite, sit, and clap. And then you will make money. From the time I joined the business, it has so far paid me about 43 million kwacha. Now I know that for some people this is not a lot of money, okay? But let me tell you why it's a lot of money for me. For me, as an environmental engineer, if I was to continue working where I was working, because when I got that job, my starting salary was 800,000 Uganda shillings, which is about maybe like 5,000 kwacha. Like 5,000 kwacha. Let's say I stayed in that job, I worked hard, I got promotions, and my income went to like 20,000 kwacha. Maybe even 30,000 kwacha, assuming I was very good at I could make 30,000 kwacha in a month. Do you know how long it would take me for me to make 43 million? Let me do the math for you. And this is why, for me, I am grounded, because I have seen what this business can do. So let me quickly get my calculator. So for the 3 million, if I was to make 30,000 kwacha in a month, it would take me 1,400 months for me to make for the 3 million kwacha. If I divide by 12, it is approximately 119 years. If I was to pay 30,000 kwacha per month, it will take me 119 years to make the money that this company has paid me in the last 8 years. So you see why I am so passionate about this business. I also want us to be so passionate about the business. And I want you to believe that you can do better than this. Are we together? You can actually do better than this. Most of you are very good. You can do this better than me. You can invite better than I do. Some of you are sponsoring more people than I can sponsor. I know some people in this room who are good at selling, they can sell more than I do. I have seen very many presenters here who can present and speak better than I do. Are you together? Yes, sir. So you can do this better. The question could be how badly do you want it? Okay? Do you want it so bad? Are you ready to take no for an answer? Because that's what I was doing when I got started in the business. I used to sit with my upline and would make phone calls until the phones hit us, until our batteries get drained. You know, have you ever made phone calls and you start to feel a ringing in your ears? Then you shift to the other one. Then you know you have talked. We used to load those bundles, the daily bundles. You know how you put airtime, you buy minutes, and then that day elapses when you have not yet finished your minutes. That never happened. Our goal was to utilize all those minutes to make phone calls. And we talked to a lot of people who presented, even those who refused to come, we phoned them where they are, we still presented to them. At the time I was crazy, I would invite guests. And after the presentation, I start calling those who promised they would come, but they did not come. I say, excuse me, you told me we are coming. Why did you? And then, of course, the person would give excuses, and I would say, okay, you are forgiven, but tell me where you are, because I must see you before today ends. And then, but for me, my goal was one. I wanted more eyes to see my business. I wanted my presentation to be seen by as many people as possible. Okay? Now, was it easy? It wasn't. The beginning was hard. It was not smooth. Because in my first month, no matter how much I talked, it's as if everyone I was talking to was reading a book, How Not to Join the Business. And in my second month, things were even tougher. I remember sitting with my upline and saying, but upline, I think I made a mistake. Said, I think I should have stayed in my job and I first do this business part-time. And then my upline looked at me, he knew my situation. His situation was not so different and he had no answers for me. But by the end of that meeting, we had motivated ourselves. And then we said, you know what, let's go and talk to our upline. We went and talked to our upline manager. By that time, she was making a lot of money. And then she said, don't worry, you are going to make money, your business is going to grow. And we made a mistake, we need her. Okay? So today, I want to share with you a few tips on how you can have unlimited prospects. Because you need to have people to talk to. One of the reasons why people quit our business is that when they join, they have a mental list. A list of about 3 to 5 people who they think, let me go and I talk to this person. I am so sure, 100%, that this person is going to join the business. So right from the presentation or after they join, they go and they start talking to the people who they thought were going to join. They talk to the first person who says no. Second person who says no. As the list starts to reduce, anxiety and pressure starts going up. Okay? And once they exhaust their list of maybe 5 or 10 people, now they feel like they cannot do the business and they quit. But one of the things we need to learn is how to have unlimited prospects. Okay? So the first thing we need to do is to have a name list, an active name list. An active name list is a name list which keeps on growing. Your name list should continue to grow on a daily basis. So one of your goals for the day should be to meet a new person. Add a new person on your name list. Okay? It could be someone you meet as you go about your daily activities. Because we meet people every day. Our business is a business of making friends. So this is what I want you to do. Make a list of every person you know, of every person you have ever met. Those who you believe are going to join the business, whether you believe they will join you, or whether you think they are not going to join you, simply put them on your list. Are we together?
Yes.
So at this point, it doesn't matter whether they are going to join or whether they are not going to join, simply put them on your name list. When you write your name list, write it as if every name will, as if you'll be paid $10,000 for every name that you put on your name list. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Bye. By the way, you get paid for every name in your name list. You will get paid for people who join and even those who don't join. You know why? Let us assume that for you to get one serious person, you need to sponsor like 10 people. Okay? Now, you need to think about how many people do I need to present to in order for me to sponsor 10. Maybe it could be like 50 people. Let's say maybe for me to present to 10 people, I need to have made maybe to present to 50, I need to have made maybe like 100 appointments. Okay? Now you continue. For me to make 100, have 100 appointments, 100 confirmations, how many appointments do I need to make? Maybe 200. For me to have 200 appointments, how many phone calls do I need to have made? Maybe 400, okay? So from a name list of 400, if you get one person who is the global ambassador, Solomon, okay, where has he gone? Is it worth it?
Yes.
If you made 400 phone calls, and out of those 400 phone calls, you got one global ambassador, is it worth it?
Yes.
How about if you made 1,000 phone calls? If you made 1,000 phone calls, and out of 1,000 phone calls, you find one global ambassador, would this still be worth it?
Yes.
Of course, yes. So put every person on your name list. Think of every person you know, every person you have ever met. Empty your mind on paper. Even those you know you don't have their contacts, write them in your name list and make it a goal to look for them, to find their contacts. Okay? Yes. So step number 1 is create a name list, an active name list. Constantly expand your list. Sometimes it's not who you know, but it's who you are about to meet.
Yes, sir.
Some of the people I have in my team who are superstars, I never knew them on the day I was joining this business. They were not in my first name list. Some of them were not in my second name list. We're out together. Some of them were not even in my third name list. You know what I do? I keep adding names on my list, because I don't know who my next global ambassador is going to be. I don't know where my next global ambassador is going to come from. So I keep adding new names on my list. I keep making new friends, because I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I had like some global ambassador visa that could tell me who I should present to, who has potential and who doesn't. But I don't have that. Okay? I don't have that sense for global ambassadors. But all I know is the only thing you can control is who you talk to, who you add on your name list. So, and when you do that, add as many people as you can. So some of the people, I did not know them. Some were strangers. Okay? Global Ambassador Nina was a total stranger to me. I was in an internet cafe. I don't remember whether it was somewhere on one of these streets. But all I did was, hi, how are you? Okay? On that day, it was a normal day. I did not know that that greeting was a $1 million greeting. Are we together?
Oh, yes.
What if on that day I said, today I'm not in the mood of prospecting? I've not been there and you say, today I'm not in the mood. Because you can never know. So every day you have to be alert. You have to stay in the mood. Add at least 2 people every day to your name list. 2 people is not hard. Because every day you meet more than 2 people. You are exposed to more than 2 people every day. So make it your goal to add at least 2 people every day to your name list. Look, you don't have to present the business to them there and then. Simply make a friend. Okay? So I made a friend today. I met him in the lift. He was going up. I was also going up. When I entered, I said, "You're going up?" And he laughed. He said, "Of course I'm going up." Because we are on the ground floor. And all of us are going where? Up. So he was under in the lift. I called him, I said, "Oh, so you're going up?" He laughed. I said, "Of course I'm going up." And then of course we laughed about it and we said, but I said, you know what? I said there is this unwritten rule that says people in the lift are not supposed to talk to one another. So isn't it funny how people start in the lift and everyone keeps quiet? Their one is facing this way, the other one is facing the other way. So then there is a funny video I saw. I don't remember whether it was on TikTok or where. This gentleman was entering the lift. He phoned the lady and he asked, "Are you going down?" And the lady said, "I'm going up in the name of Jesus." He said, "No, I'm asking, is the lift going up or the lift is going down?" He said, "This lift is going up in the name of Jesus." So, but just start a conversation. Whichever way you start a conversation, just start. Okay? And make a friend. Add them on your name list. And then build rapport. One day you will present to them. The third thing that we can do to have unlimited prospects is to raise your awareness. You need to be in prospecting mode all the time. In other words, you need to be alert, okay? You need to be alert all the time. That way, alert.
Yes.
Why don't you allow me to speak to what I know?
It's already something else.
So, you need to be alert. Hey, let me speak to what if I bite my tongue?
Speak what you know.
Yes.
But we shall write something else.
Okay. So, raise your awareness. When you get out, see people who can use the products, people who can join you. Every time you see people passing you by, that is money bypassing you. One day, someone told me that the money you are looking for is in people's pockets. He said, you have to find a way to get your money from other people. And he told me that if you don't get your money from other people, they will keep getting their money from you. All together. He said, when you get paid, what do? You have bills to pay. Electricity, meaning that was not your money. Water, that was not your money. Food, if you pay food, that was not your money. Rent, that was not your money. He said what you remain with is what was actually your money. So he says, for you, you become a conduit.
Yeah, conduit.
So the money only goes through you and it goes to the owners. He said you need to find something that you can use to get your money from other people. So in our business, we have a wonderful opportunity and we have wonderful products. How do you get your money from other people? By giving them value. By giving them something of value that they are willing to pay for. That's how you get your money from everyone. So when you get out, see people. Every person has your money. Every person can use your products. Every person can become a member. So every time they pass you by and you don't say anything, that is your money bypassing you. All together?
Yes, sir.
Yes. See someone who can join your business. See someone who can use your products every single day that you get out of your home. The fourth thing we are going to do to have a limited prospect. Am I too fast?
Yes.
Am I too fast or too fast? Too fast. I need to slow down. Okay. So can I go to the next page now?
Yes.
Never prejudge. Never prejudge anyone. You can never know who is going to join you and who is not going to join you. You know what's interesting in our business is that some of the people you are sure are going to join you might never join. Then there are those who you think are not going to join, and they will shock you that they will be the ones to join you. Okay? I learned this the hard way. So one day, I was in the presentation, and guess who showed up? My auntie, who I had never presented to. Someone invited her. She came, saw the business, and got started. She was a head teacher in a school. Within a space of like 1 week, she had sponsored every teacher in that school. Once the teachers were finished, she started sponsoring all the parents who had children in that school. The team was growing every day. And then she would call me. She said, "Oh, my son, come and motivate my team." And I cannot refuse. But whenever I would be motivating, but inside I am hurting. I'm saying this could have been my team. And then they were joining. From that day I said, I must talk to every person I know about this business. I said, let them refuse to join, but I will talk to them. But then there is something that she said on the first day that she came that hurt me more than anything. She said, "You mean you have been part of this business? You have known about it all this time, and you never told me about it." That was the worst statement I have ever had. So from that day, I said, every person I meet, every person I know must hear about this business. So never prejudge anyone. You can never know what's going on in other people's lives. Sometimes the ones you think are not ready to join, they could be ready to join. Okay? Sometimes we have limiting beliefs that limit us from talking to other people. The thoughts that we have in our mind, the perceptions that we build around other people. Maybe you think someone is too successful to do this business. Someone could be successful, yes, but they are bored. They are looking for something new. Or maybe they want a new challenge. Okay? And that could be a reason why they want to join this business. Others don't join for the money. Some join because they want to make a difference in other people's lives. Others join because the products are wonderful. So you can never know. Are we together? And some could be successful, but they still want more money. Who says there is a limit to what one wants? Okay? Maybe you could fear talking to someone. Maybe because you think they are going through a difficult time. Maybe they just lost someone. And you feel like now might not be the right time to present to them. But what if what they need is maybe a community where they could be around other people, you know? So don't fear talking to people. There's never a right time and there's never a wrong time for you to talk to someone. For us, we share, it's up to them to decide whether the timing is right for them or not. But for us, we don't know. So don't prejudge anyone, and then don't fear rejection. Rejection is good. Okay? Rejection is very good. The more you are rejected, the more successful you become. I remember when we were still in school, we used to organize these social meetings. I was in a school for boys. So we used to have another school for girls that would visit us. And we'd organize the dance. Okay? We'd organize the dance. Now, there are some boys who would sit in the corner, and I don't know what was going on through their mind. Maybe they would be praying that maybe a girl is going to approach me and ask me to dance. So they would be there in the corner. Then there was another category who would go approach someone, and when she says no, they go back down and they sit. One rejection was enough to spoil the entire day. But then there were others who would keep moving from one person. Hey, can we dance? She says no. Then they go to another one. Hi, how are you? Can we dance? He says no. And then they would keep on moving. Can we dance? No. Now, between those who sat and the ones who kept on trying, who do you think enjoyed the day?
The one who continued it.
The one who kept on moving. Okay. You know how I know? Because I was the DJ. You know what the DJ is saying to think? Network on purpose. So now that you are doing network marketing, you need to network on purpose.
Purpose.
Yes. You need to network on purpose.
Yes.
So, network on purpose.
Yes.
Join groups. Okay? Join groups so you can meet people. This is the time for you to join those Rotary groups, those parents associations, those church organizations, even on online. There are groups on Facebook, okay? Join those groups. Any group where you can meet people, join. Because now you are networking on purpose. Attend events. You see, before we would go to events, maybe you go to a wedding. You just eat, enjoy the show, and you go back home. But now things are different. When you go to the wedding, you go with your name list in your pocket. Are we together? Yes. Before you would go to church and you praise the Lord and you leave. Now it's different. When the pastor says, hug your neighbor, you get the contact. And when they finish the first sermon, you change the seat. And you get another contact. After the service, you don't run to enter your car and drive off. No. First hang around and say hi to the brothers and sisters. How to get? And get as many contacts as you can, because now you are networking on purpose. Host parties, you know. If you are not someone who likes to invite people, now is the time for you to invite people. Invite 5 friends and tell them this Sunday we are having a bride. They call it a bride. Yes. Come with a friend. Okay? Come with a friend. Invite someone. Let's meet together. If you're in a neighborhood where you have never met your neighbors, this is the time for you to send out invitations to your neighbors and tell them, look, we've lived together for 5 years. We don't know each other. This is the time for us to get to know one another. Start an initiative like that and meet new people. Are we together? Yes. Follow pages. There are pages that have many people who follow them. And on some of those pages, you will find your prospects. So if you see a page that has very many followers, especially if that page is in line with what we are doing, Maybe it could be a page of health and wellness. Maybe it could be a page of people who follow a certain speaker, or maybe people who follow a certain personality, maybe a successful person. Let's say you find people who follow, let's say, on the page of someone who, let's say, a billionaire, okay? Maybe Richard Branson, and they have followers. Some of those people are people who are interested in seeing what he does. And some of them are ambitious, who want to become successful. So comment on those posts. Keep on commenting. It could be anything. Some people will like your comments. Others, you get to contact them. I saw you like this post. Are you interested in, doing A, B, C, and D, and follow pages where you can as well find a lot of people. So all these are different things. Anything and everything that connects you with lots of people, please do. Because now we are in a business of people. And the more people you can connect with, the more people you can connect to, the higher chances of finding people who you can present the business to and who you can sponsor into your business. Are we ready?
Yes.
So am I. Now, these are the two most important skills in network marketing. Are you ready for that? Yes, sir. Are you ready for the two most important skills in network marketing?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay. Skill number one, inviting. Can you say inviting?
Inviting.
And the next one.
Yes.
Oh. There are so many things we need to do in this business, but according to me, for me, these are my most two important skills. The ones you must learn to do, to perform on a daily basis. The first one is inviting. I need to go back.
Even just writing a statement.
So, I go back here. I go back here. I want to stop here. Next. Perfect. Okay. So inviting. Can you say inviting?
Inviting.
Inviting is one of the most important skills in our business. So invite people to present to in a group presentation. It could be for a one-on-one, but it's important that we make appointments and we invite. And the more people we invite, the higher the chances. So one thing you must remember is that it's a game of numbers. It's a numbers game. The more people you invite, the more guests you will have. Okay? We have what we call the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule says that if I invite 100 people, 80 of them will not show up. About 20 will show up. So if you want to have 2 guests in the room, how many should you confirm? 10. Confirm 10. When you have 10 people who say, I am coming tomorrow, expect that out of those 10, only 2 are likely to show up. Some will give you excuses. It's too hot. It's too cold. My cat had diarrhea.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting. People will give all kinds of excuses. So, for you not to be affected by that, talk to as many people as possible. So remember, it's a game of numbers. Remember, remember the 80-20 rule. Now you also need to understand your ratios. Because you see, the 80-20 rule is a general rule. But for some people, it's different. Some people invite 10 and 5 people come. But for others, they need to invite 20 to have 5 people. So for you, you need to know, you need to do your own records and know how many people do I need to invite to have 10 guests in the room. And once you understand your ratios, then you are unbeaten. No one can beat you, because it means someone who invites 10 and they get 5 guests, you can outnumber them. Even if your ratio is lower, let's say you need to invite 20 people to have 5 guests, another brother invite 5, 10, let's invite 20 to have 5, another person needs to invite 10 to have 5. So what you need to do to have more than 5? Talk to more people. Okay? So it means if you talk to 30 and the other one talks to 10, you can still have more guests than they do. And you still sponsor more people than they do. So remember the 80-20 rule, and never prejudge anyone. Never prejudge anyone. I think I'm saying that for the second time. And also get used to rejection. Right. So now we can go to the next page.
Yes.
Presenting. Presenting. How many people are seeing your presentations every day? You see, when you open a shop, okay, the more people walk into your shop, the higher the chances of you making more sales. Isn't that true? Yes. Now, I have not seen this here, but there are some cities I go to, and they have people who stand in front of the restaurant. Let's say this is a restaurant. So in this restaurant, they'll have people standing in front of the restaurant, and they stand like this. Now let's say walking this direction. They will stand here and they point to their restaurant. They want you to enter. They say, please enter, please enter. You wonder, is there free food? They did in shops. I've not seen it here. Maybe it is somewhere.
It's there.
I haven't walked through the entire Lusaka very well. But when you bypass some shops, some will even pull your hand. They say, please just come and have a look, come and have a look. Eh? And in these shops, employ people whose job is just to pull people's hands to enter the shop and have a look. Because they know that the more people enter the shop to have a look, they don't even say come and buy. No, they say come and have a look. Eh? Say looking is for free. Just come and have a look. You can even try it on. They know that if they do that, to a good number of people, by the end of the day, someone will have both. Okay? Some restaurants even have people who stand in front of the restaurant with the drums and with they are singing. They are singing for customers to enter. So what I want you to ask yourself is how many people are seeing your business every day? Okay? How many people are seeing your business every day? So do presentations. You can do one-on-ones where you sit down with someone and you present to them. You can do group presentations. These are very easy. You just have to invite people, sit with them, and let the presenter go on stage and do the presentation for you. Physical presentations, online presentations. We have all sorts of presentations. Presentations on Zoom, on Google Meet, on WhatsApp. All you have to do is make sure that every presentation you have someone who is attending. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And then of course, I already said this, know your ratios. You need to know how many presentations you need to do in order for you to get a sign-up. Okay? So you need to know that also. How many people you need to present to sign up one person? So it means to have 2 sign-ups, simply double the number.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Yes. Now, there is something I want you to remember always, that in network marketing, quantity solves all your problems.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All your problems in network marketing can be solved by simply increasing the number of people that you are talking to. Okay? So quantity solves all your problems in network marketing. You want to have quality downlines, simply talk to a lot of people. Quantity produces quality. Okay? So if you want quality, go through the numbers. Go through
The numbers.
Have you had a good time?
Yes.
That's it.